And it's not to suggest that like Chelsea's B team would win it every season.
I think they probably would.
But the other proposed shake-up there has been to the game, and this is to the entire league structure. Honor has had some thoughts already about this one in our group chat. So they want to restructure the lower tiers, everything below the WSL and the Championship, to take it from 366 teams currently in tiers 3 to 6. So that's like the National League, the Premier Division, all the divisions below that, to 420. But as part of that, they might consider allowing WSL and Championship teams to have B teams entered into these lower tiers. There was an exclusive in The Guardian covering this.
Tom Gary.
Shout out Tom for breaking the news that has lit our group chat on fire. The rules would be your team would have to be a minimum of 2 leagues below your team. So Arsenal B team couldn't then rise to promotion to the WSL. You have to maintain a distance.
Or the Championship.
They'd have to stay in the Premier Division. What do we think? It seems like no one really knows exactly where they stand on this issue.
Yeah, it's really tricky because there's a massive concern basically amongst many people in tiers 3 to 6 of women's football that this will just cause more teams, regional clubs, to fold as the B teams or the richer clubs continue to dominate.
It's one of those, I had like an instinctive knee-jerk, no, absolutely not, reaction to that. And then I was trying to think about why actually do I disagree, because it's something that we've seen has been in the men, like a slow creep of it in the men's game.
And we've already added WSL B teams to the National League plate.
Yeah.
As well, so it has kind of started.
Well, there is already
the
reserve section in the the National League.
The main thing that stood out to me was the B team can't be promoted higher than the Premier Division, the National League. And it's not to suggest that like Chelsea's B team would win it every season, but say they do.
I think they probably would.
Yeah. But like, what's that mean? They're just winning a trophy. They can't win promotion, so they're just taking a trophy that another club could be a huge deal for another club. Yeah. To be able to win that and then gain promotion, that you get promoted by coming second.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's hard because while I actually agree that it will crush smaller clubs who already kind of, especially in the women's game, but across football, struggle to kind of keep funding to keep playing in these leagues.
Yeah.
Like I said before, more playing time for the rest of the squads in these teams and to develop younger players and to keep growing the women's game is also a great thing.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's just not as simple as this, and there needs to be some kind of, say Chelsea B team played in a National League. Yeah. Do they also put money into the league to help the other teams? I don't know what that is. Yeah. But I wouldn't want to shut it down immediately, because I think it's important that
the game grows.
Yeah, that the game grows, and that we don't look at it exactly how the men's game is looked at, because it's a really different thing, and we're starting in a completely different starting point.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting one, and it's difficult.
Yeah, I do think there are sort of other avenues that you can go down to develop these young players. Like, we obviously already have this great system, completely working really well, of sending players out to Championship clubs or lower league clubs on loan.
Yeah, what would it do to the loan system?
Yeah. Exactly. It's a great system for everyone, for these richer clubs trying to develop their players, and for clubs in lower divisions.
This would just do it with more volume, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know, because if you've got a B team that's in tier 4, why would you loan your player out to another club in tier 4? Would you not just put them in your B team? Say you sign like a promising 18-year-old wonder kid. Yeah. You just send them to your B team in tier 4 rather than loan them out to.
Yeah, that's true.
It feels like it's not a solution, but it's not.
There's a lot.
I think there are other ways. Along with the loan system, there are other ways of developing these young players and creating that pathway into the first team, other than this, basically.
But I like that they're thinking about different avenues, and they're talking about it, and they're trying to grow the women's game. But let's see. I mean,